And this is a spiffy little tablet or laptop or something in between. I'm not really sure what you call this classification of devices, but it's really spiffy. So I just want to go over some of the things with you. First of all, it undocks and docks really easily. No problems there, and it's very secure. So if you wanted to pick it up, it's not gonna come loose. You have to really physically mean to take it out from the keyboard to get it to work that way, which is nice because you don't want it to accidentally fall when you're carrying it around. It has a phenomenal battery life. Very impressed with the battery life. This blows everything else I've ever used out of the water. Could not be happier with that. Even streaming movies, the battery life was great on this. You'll notice that I'm using it with a mouse. The mouse does not come with it. I just happen to have a little wireless mouse. And because this has some USB ports, I could put my dongle in there and it works great. I'm not a big fan of these mouse pads. If you are, great, and if you're not, you can always get a little wireless mouse. Functionality wise, using this like a laptop is a little bit clunky. Maybe clunky is not the right word. Because the keyboard is compressed, for me it's a little bit hard to do any meaningful typing on this. But certainly it's much easier than just a standalone tablet. This is basically runs and operates just like a Windows 10 PC. The operating system is the same. So if you already have Windows 10 or you're running Windows 10 on any device, this will seem very familiar to you. I'm going to undock it for a minute here. And so it has, you see it has auto rotate just like a tablet. And it does work just like a tablet, which is really cool. It's kind of like you've got the best of the both worlds. You've got a tablet and you've got a laptop. But I just wanted to show you the side here. And I hope you can see these. So I'm just going to go over. This is the power button, and this is the volume up and down. I found the sound on this to be abysmal. It's just tinny. It sounds like crap, just to be perfectly blunt. I don't know why they didn't want to do a better job with sound, but it is what it is. This is an HDMI port. This is a mini micro USB port. Here is the charging port, and this is the charging cable that comes with it. And so that's the business end that goes in here to charge. This, for me, doesn't work very well. So if you just press it in like that and plug it in, you might think you're charging, but you're really not. You have to wait until the little red light appears. And for me, I have to really push and wiggle it to get it to charge. Maybe that's just a defect of my particular unit, but it doesn't even seem like it goes all the way in. But once I get it situated right and then leave it alone, it charges fine. But that's just something that I noticed. There's the microphone. And then right here, I don't know if you can see it, this is where a micro SD card will go. And it took me forever to get this little cover pried off. I was trying to push it in, thinking maybe it would pop out. I was trying to pry it up. Finally, I took a toothpick in this little hole right here, and I just pried it open. And then it slid out, and then you put your SD card in the slot and slide it back in. So you would probably definitely want to use an SD card if you're going to store any sort of movies on here, because there's not a whole lot of storage space on here. Also, and then also too, because there's not a lot of storage space and there's not a huge amount of RAM, there are some things that this cannot do that a full-size laptop could do. For instance, I use Photoshop and Illustrator quite a bit, and GIMP. These programs are a no-go for this machine. It's just not powerful enough to handle them. They're too big, and they just require too much memory to do. But for basic things like Netflix, I'm running Dropbox on here, and I even have some of my files stored on the computer. Any browser you want will be fine. This came with, looks to be Office 360, because I was editing spreadsheets and Word docs on here. So that's something that was unexpected, but nice. I don't know if it's a trial offer. I don't know. It didn't ask to, it was already installed on the computer. So that was kind of neat and not expected. And I feel like I'm rambling here, but I just want to cover all the ins and outs of it. Compact. I felt like it was surprisingly heavy for what it is. But, I mean, being that it's so small, it's not, you know, not a big deal. Let's see. I think I went over, there's a USB port on this side, and there is a second one on this side. Yeah. So, what do I think of it overall? Overall, despite all the minor things that I mentioned that I wasn't too happy with, this is a wonderful device. It kind of gives you all the benefits of a tablet and some of the benefits of a laptop combined into one unit. I don't think you can go wrong with this. It's and it's priced right. I think this is just a wonderful little device. It's a great supplement for me. It's kind of like a bridge between my phone and my laptop when I'm traveling. For a weekend, I can get away with traveling with this and not have to have my big clunky laptop, and I can still get work done. So, love it.